Little Rock, Arkansas, throughout the 1920s through 1930s, experienced rapid population growth, nearly gaining an extra 20,000 residents in only 10 years. Neighborhoods downtown were quickly expanding and drawing outwards. As the city population increased, the hunger for entertainment grew also. Despite the Great Depression, theaters were thriving like never before. More theaters began to open downtown at an accelerated rate. In the neighborhood west of famous Central High School, Highland Theater opened in 1924 and was a 300-seat, single-floor theater. Although the Highland had rather low curb appeal, it still happily catered to the local middle class and diverse neighborhood. In 1927, two men named H.B. Robb and Eduardo Raleigh out of Dallas, Texas, formed the Arkansas Amusement Corporation in partnership with Paramount Studios. Ed Raleigh managed theaters with H.B. Robb in Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. By 1933, Arkansas Amusement owned and operated 4 theaters in Little Rock. After acquiring their 5th theater, the Highland Theater, Robb and Raleigh was on a crusade to replace old and outdated theaters occupying profitable locations that could be made, well, profitable. As a result, the Highland Theater was remodeled in a span of only 90 days to make way for a new and improved version, the Lee Theater. The Lee Theater was constructed during 1939 to 1940 by architects Jack Corrigan and William J. Moore of Corrigan & Moore of Dallas, Texas. The theater was roughly 175,000 cubic feet and was constructed at a reported cost of approximately $25,000. That's over $500,000 in today's world. The facade was constructed with white stucco and was accented by one-of-a-kind round windows with steel casements made specially for the Lee Theater. The V-shaped marquee, designed by Federal Electric Company, glistened in porcelain enamel in 3 colors with neon lights outlining the lettering. Underneath stood the Lee's box office. The entrance doors were made with wood and originally painted a deep maroon. After stepping inside the main entrance, you'd be greeted with a carpeted foyer with gradient coral walls. The men's restroom featured warm shades of tan tiling, while the ladies had pastel shades of blue. Altogether, Lee Theater sat 750 on the house floor and 200 in a segregated upper balcony. Inside, the walls were made with acoustical plaster and was painted with 5 different shades of pastel blue. Matching the walls, the ceiling was painted a light tan color, accentuated by simple stencil designs in a darker brown. Beneath your feet, you'd find a carpet in light reds and tan on a dark red background from Mohawk Carpet Mills Incorporated. Oklahoma Scenic Company supplied the soft goods. They were light cream plush with a pale blue motif worked into the design. The theater seating was furnished by American Seating Company with a plush and comfortable design. The balcony seating was arranged in a radius fashion. Chairs were dark blue and had a light blue leatherette. Both serving as decoration and as a lighting fixture by Meliteo Electric Company, metal bands paired with orange neon could be used to dim the house lights inside. One of the largest features that the Lee Theater boasted was the special heating and cooling at the time. The grills at house left and right near the proscenium took air in with the help of an exhaust fan under the balcony, capable of moving 30,000 cubic feet of air through either evaporative cooling or a hot blast furnace. The Lee's projector booth was located at the back of the house above the balcony seating. The booth was encased in 3-inch solid cement and iron studs for fireproofing. Inside the booth, the walls and ceiling were painted in shades of olive green. The projectionist had access to a restroom inside as well. The International Projection Corporation installed the 35mm changeover system. The sound system used was Western Electric Company speakers. The Lee Theater remained open until 1957, when it was bought by All Electric Supply Incorporated, a new electrical supply business at the time. All Electric Supply continued to use the building for many years until they relocated to a new site in the early 1990s. After the supply company vacated the building, the structure has been vacant and neglected for nearly 50 years. Nature has continued to take back ownership of the Lee Theater. The roof is caving in at an exponential rate. Where patrons once enjoyed Hollywood's flicks now sits rubble and decay. Trees now rise above the collapsed roof. The entire foyer, balcony, and projection booth has completely crumbled, leaving a mangled wreck of rotting wood, pipes, and metal. Out front, the former glittering facade has decomposed to a skull-like appearance. Warped pieces of plywood boards up where the inviting box office and entrance once stood. The clock is ticking. It is only a matter of time before this historic site completely caves in. Is there any hope left for this historic theater? Well, In 2014, the City of Little Rock developed plans called 12th Street Core to revitalize the area, restoring the neighborhood economy and community. Public-private development with the City of Little Rock, BCD, the private nonprofit owner of the Lee Theater, and a few other historical groups would work together to return life to the dilapidated space. In fall of 2014, a structural survey was conducted and found that the Lee Theater was in fact structurally sound and capable of being restored again. The reuse plan for the Lee Theater for the future included the original purpose of screening films and serving as a space for smaller, live events such as speakers, small bands, and one-man shows. A few other ideas included utilizing the space as an educational or religious venue and as a rental facility. The group involved with the project noted that the viability of being a first-run theater is non-existent, but the potential for operating as a second-run, low-admission house may be viable. The theater's potential could catapult the struggling area of the city, but although there may be hundreds of possibilities for this theater, nothing can be done until fundraising, business planning, and programming ideas are in place to spark donations. As funding would potentially become available, the plan was to work with historians, ensuring that the theater retained its original design, materials, and workmanship, to be registered with the National Register of Historic Places. The first action items in this plan included restoring electricity, installing a permanent or temporary roof, remove any asbestos, secure doors and windows, install a method to circulate and dehumidify the air, and remove all debris from inside. Riding that wave of momentum afterwards, the group proposed the idea to screen films outside, either in a nearby parking lot or on the side of the exterior wall for the community. Sadly, none of these ideas materialized as the group struggled to secure funding towards the project. Another factor that led to the cancellation was simply participation. Meetings held would be attended by 30 to 40 members, stakeholders, and citizens, even though roughly 100 were supposed to attend. While already struggling to secure financial donors for the project, the group worried that the return of investment wouldn't pay back. Even if the Lee Theater and surrounding area had been revitalized, it still wouldn't change the fact that there are no restaurants anywhere in the neighborhood. Patrons would have no place to eat or meet before or after a film or event. Typically, people enjoy being able to grab a bite to eat or a drink to pair with their night of festivities. Unfortunately, the Lee's location isolates itself from any restaurants or other attractions. Another obstacle is the area has become a food desert, meaning there are no grocery stores anywhere in this neighborhood. There was a former grocery store just a few blocks down the street, but it is permanently closed due to extenuating circumstances. Simply put, the city felt that there were bigger issues and problems within Little Rock to attend to. In 2016, the theater was placed on the Historic Registry. In 2018, the Brandon House Cultural and Performing Arts Center attempted to restore the Lee Theater and utilize the building as an after-school program and performance space. It would cost $286,000 to furnish a new roof, restore the interior, and add finishing touches. And unfortunately, nothing came of it. Today, the Lee Theater sits in decay, waiting to be rescued or for the wrecking ball. As the making of this video, there are unfortunately no current plans in development for the theater. The future of the Lee Theater is dark, but equally optimistic. However, it's thanks to viewers like you who help spread awareness and bring new ideas and plans for this space. If you liked what you just saw, be sure to subscribe, like, and also hit the notification bell so you never miss any uploads. Until then, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.